after staying up all night working on the project. I felt a bit groggy when I knocked on Zack Davis's office door. A deep male voice came from the inside. "Come in." I opened the door to find Zack sitting at his desk, with his secretary Sherry Coleman standing behind him. Sherry was a very attractive woman who had been with Zack since the company was founded. Wherever Zack was, Sherry was sure to be there. There were even rumors that Sherry was a canary in his gilded cage, while I was just a malicious woman who was wanting Zack to repay me gratefully, even though Zack once claimed that I was his only Mrs. Davis. "Zack, I've completed the cooperation proposal with Mr. Jameson. Take a look." I handed him the printed proposal, but Zack didn't even look at it. "Anna, you are Mrs. Davis. Let Sherry handle these matters." He smiled, but the smile didn't reach his eyes. After that, he handed the proposal I worked on all night to Sherry. Sherry looked at me provocatively before smoothly tossing the proposal into the bin. This was not the first time this had happened, to the point where I couldn't even feel a hint of anger anymore. Zack disliked me interfering in company affairs. He said that I only needed to play the role of Mrs. Davis well since most of the company's business had been developed by me. I held myself up and looked at him stubbornly. "Zack, aren't you going to take a look? I worked on it for 2 nights. Zack stood up, slightly frowning. "Anna, I don't want to waste time on useless things." Useless things? Was he talking about the proposal or about me? But in the end, Zack never gave me the chance to speak. He pulled me into his arms, resting his chin on the top of my head. His voice came from above, soft and emotionless. "All right, I'll celebrate your birthday with you tonight." He was always like this. I felt like I was drowning. Just when I was about to give up the struggle, Zack would pull me back. But once he was sure I was safe, he would let go of my hand without hesitation and watch indifferently as I sank deeper and deeper. Yet I craved the warmth of his body, whether 8 years ago or now. In the end, I buried my face in his chest and said softly, "Okay." I wore a ruby necklace and arrived at the restaurant an hour early. This necklace was something Zack insisted on buying for me when he secured his first deal. Even though the company was just starting and there was little funding, he stubbornly wanted to put the necklace around my neck. Even after the financial crisis hit and he suffered a lot, he never once considered selling the necklace. Therefore, I always felt that Zack had feelings for me. Unknowingly, the clock struck 7. People came and went at the entrance, but there was no familiar figure. I kept on waiting until 10:30 and finally made the first call of the night. The phone rang for over a minute, and a familiar female voice came through. "The number you dialed is busy. Please try again later." I couldn't help but wonder what could he be busy with. Was he discussing a new project with Mr. Shaw, or dealing with company matters? Or perhaps it was because of Sherry? He always had so many things to deal with, and it seemed that everything could take precedence over me. I didn't know how long had passed, but I fell asleep. At first, it was a bit cold, but as I slept, my body gradually warmed up. When I opened my eyes again, everything was pitch black, with a flickering light in the night. I smelled a strong scent of cigarettes. "It's not too late." Zack extinguished his cigarette. His voice filled with warmth echoed in the darkness. Then the lights turned on, and the man in the white shirt tightened the coat draped over my shoulders. I looked up at him, still half asleep, and asked, "What took you so long?" Zack paused. Sherry was a victim of a scam on her way home from work. He couldn't even be bothered to make an excuse. Feeling somewhat numb, I asked, "So you went to handle it for her?" Zack nodded. "Yeah." The pent-up grievances burst forth, and tears rolled down my cheeks. I looked at the face I had loved for 8 years and asked him, "What about me?" "Zack, do you think everything related to me is unimportant?" The man, rarely at a loss for words, cupped my face and kept kissing away the fallen tears. In the end, he said awkwardly, "Don't cry, Anna." Well, he didn't know how to comfort people. After all, every time we argued, I would silently process my emotions and then present my mature side to him. He never needed to comfort me.